Good morning to one and all. This is Padma Priya, Assistant Professor in Department of CSE of RMD Engineering College. Today, we are going to see the topic, an introduction to supply chain and the subject OME 752, Supply Chain Management. What is supply chain management? Supply chain management involves the complete process where the raw materials are being converted into finished goods and then it is being delivered to the customer. In this diagram, you can see where the raw materials is being procured by the supplier and the supplier supplies these raw materials to various manufacturing units. And in each manufacturing units, these raw materials has undergone into many processes and been converted into the finished goods. These finished goods is supplied to various parts of the world through these distributors, through the various modes of transportation. These distributors will supply the products to various retail locations where it is easier for the customer to come and buy from these retail locations. Or else the customers can also buy the products through the online, through the distributors or through the retailers, where these products are being supplied to their home itself through various modes of transportation. So supply chain management involves all these processes where starting from the raw materials to the finished goods from the supplier to the customer's place. Supply chain involves two or more parties, and these parties are linked by various resources, typically like material, information, and money. And the main goal of the supply chain is to fulfill the customer's request. So you can see in this diagram, the customer comes to the shop, he to purchase some products, and the information is going to be sent to the manufacturing unit from the retail shop, that is to maintain the stock in their shops. And based on these informations, the manufacturer will be producing the products, and then these products will be delivered to the customer's shop, that is the retail shop. And in return, they will be getting the money. So a supply chain involves various stages, including the manufacturer, supplier, transporters, warehouses, retailers, and at the last, finally, customers. All these stages are involved directly or indirectly in fulfilling the customer's request. So within each and every company, the supply chain includes all the functions which has been involved to fulfill the customer's request. So the functions like product development, marketing, operations, distribution, finance, customer service, transportation, and so on. So for a supply chain, for any supply chain as such, the customer is the main important integral part, because towards the customer's request only, all the other stages are being working and they doing their business. So a supply chain includes movement of products from the suppliers to the manufacturers, to the distributions, to the distributors, and it is not only the products that is going to be moved from these places, from these stages to the other, it is also the information, fund, and the products in both the directions. So more than supply chain, the more accurate term to be used can be supply network or supply web. So now let us see an example how this bicycle is going to be manufactured from starting from the raw materials and is going to be delivered to the customer. So for a bicycle, you can see there are two main components, that is the frame and the hardware. So for a bicycle, you know that the frame, which is being made of with the metal, is going to be the main equipment or the main ingredient, right? So for this frame to be manufactured, it needs the metal as well as the paint. So for the paint, we will be getting the pigment and chemical manufacturer. So for the paint manufacturer, the suppliers are the pigment supplier and the chemical manufacturer. So from these pigment supplier and the chemical manufacturer, the paint is being manufactured and is being supplied to the various shops like these bicycle frame suppliers and all, frame manufacturers and all. And for the frame, the main thing is the metal. And this metal is going to be got from the casting plant, which is going to be where the raw materials, the irons and all the metals and all is going to be got from the smelter, right? So now the next important thing is going to be the hardwares. So there are various hardwares which we fix to a bicycle. For example, like a tire, gear, pedal, etc. So pedals, we will be getting all these pedals from the pedal supplier, gear, and the tires. So for the tires, the rubber is the main component. So the rubber manufacturer will supply the rubber. Based on that, we will be making the tire. And for the hardware for a bicycle, we will be getting the tires, we'll be getting the gear from the gear supplier, pedal from the pedal supplier, and the frame which is being got from the casting plant, and from using the paint supply is being painted, and fixing all these things in a manufacturing unit, and then the bicycle is being prepared, is being manufactured. So now this bicycle is going to be delivered to the customer. So how means, first from the manufacturing place, the bicycle is going to be distributed to the wholesaler. So the distributor, wholesaler or distributor, anything you can say. From these distributors, the cycles is going to be purchased by the retailers. So there are various retailers because the bicycles can be sold out to many places across the world. So all these retailers will be buying the bicycles from the distributor, and from the retailers, the customer will be coming and purchasing their bicycles. So also some of the retailers will also buy the bicycles directly from the manufacturer. The same. So this is the way how the supply chain is being involved. So starting from the raw materials, this raw materials is being supplied, and the raw materials being converted into a finished good, and this finished good is being transported to various places like distributed through it is being distributed to the and to various retailers, and from the various retailers it is being sold out to the end customer. So for any supply chain, for any business, the prominent stages are suppliers, manufacturer, distributor, retailer, and customer. So as I told you, all the stages may not be present in all the supply chains. The main example is like your Dell. So for Dell and all, nowadays, there is not going to be any retail shops, because the customer can directly buy the Dell computers, Dell laptops and all directly from the manufacturer or to the distributor, right? So the same way, the customers can also get the products directly from the manufacturer also. For example, like vegetables, all these things. And the retailer also can get directly from the supplier also. So each and every stage is being interlinked, and it is also all the stages are being interlinked together. So this only it is called as supply chain web or supply chain network. So hope you all have understood what is supply chain now. Thank you.